It should be clear from the increased amounts of time Hakuho spends with him that Enho is a major cause for concern. Narrow failure to rejoin Division 1 in March was followed by an injury-marred May. His right ankle being dragged across the dohyo, his right elbow almost snapped by Ura's arm lock. His rankings chart fall generously cushioned at Juryo 5, a double-figure score would still have landed him promotion this time. But despite a quick revenge over Koto Shoho on day 1 with a slick pulling throw, double figures never looked on the cards. Despite enthralling the crowds in a classic little versus large encounter on day 2, Enho walked away with nothing other than mild concussion and the prospect of a rematch. He pleaded his fitness to fight, but the ringside attendants didn't convey that aptly to the judges, and with pupils fluttering, he was told to default under new concussion rules and make his way to hospital. It was the start of a truly rotten July run. He would appear with a firmer ankle supporter from day 3, a sign of where the problems lay. Takakento was alert to every attempt to create an angle, and defended well, before punishing the drooping head. And sly one-trick pony To Hakuryu, despite injury worries himself, pulled off his one trick with a backward slide of the hips. On day 5, Enho resorted to the only feasible move in his current state, and scored a win over eventual divisional champion Mito Ryu. But from day 6, his misery continued. Azuma Ryu was more than ready for the sidestep, and presented with a feast of technical choices over the top. After toying with the leg sweep, he went for his preferred pulling throw, which almost left a hole in Kochi Segahama. Day 7 saw Enho headlocked and clamped by Wakamoto Haru, then crushed when he tried the scoop, his left elbow seemingly stinging from the effects. Then, textbook low hips and shoves from Kyoku Taisei sent him crashing out on day 8. Worse still, his next 3 bouts involved men who read him with consummate ease, starting with hometown rival Yu Takayama, who led him 6-0. The initial parry worked, but nothing else did, as Yutaka corrected stance and kept the short, sharp thrusts coming. Shohozan also chopped from close range before gleefully taking the belt from above to beat Enho for the 7th time in 8. And Akua brushed off the Hakuho-style slap and inward slice to hold Enho firmly in place with the right and choke the throat with the left for a crush-out. 6 straight defeats marked the little man's worst ever run at this level, which required urgent stopping for his salary to be kept. The ankle supporter was removed again, and thankfully Midori Fuji was in equally bad shape, presenting his belt for grabbing with a failed arm tug. Then struggling salary debutant Ko Tokuzan, quite unused to movement like this, Succumbed to nerves as much as anything else, almost freezing in the pull-down. We hoped this marked the start of a final flourish designed to buoy him for September. But an obsession with the inside left throw cost him dearly against Sadano Umi, who deployed the leg trip in his defense. And the final day bout against Takatoriki's son Enho saw his left belt grip broken and his neck pinned from above in an able display of smothering. That left him on 4-11, his worst score at this level since his debut here 3.5 years ago. The difference in size seemed to symbolize the obvious transfer in belief that has occurred from smaller man to bigger since spring. Hakuho singled out Enho for praise in his title interviews and keeps insisting they fight battles together. But no amount of stirring words, even from a sumo legend, can substitute for the wins themselves in getting Enho back on track.